how to attract men and keep them wanting you. One of the very big mistakes women often make is to believe that if a man is attracted to you, that means that he wants you or he will continue to want you. However, the sooner you come to realize that attraction is only the preliminary stage, the sooner you can move on to the next level. And that is the level of connecting with a man in such a way that he wants to have you and keep you around. Here's a common scenario which most women make at some point in their life or another. This is a scenario which gets most women not only confused but very frustrated. The scenario is such that you meet a guy and in the beginning everything seems to be going so completely well. The two of you seem completely in sync. The chemistry between the two of you seem over the moon. You can't get enough of him, and it would seem that he can't get enough of you also. The two of you have the most passionate lovemaking session. Everything seems to be going so well that you begin to plan out your next date, even maybe your future together. After all, there is so much chemistry. Sadly, after a heated bonding session, for whatever reason, he just doesn't call. So you make an excuse for why he hasn't called you. You tell yourself that maybe he's busy, or maybe he's even intimidated by you, or maybe he's even playing hard to get. But when the days roll into weeks and then maybe a month, then you realize something is definitely wrong. You end up feeling confused, rejected, used, and tricked. Naturally, this can only take a huge bite out of your self-esteem. And if this is a repeat experience, if this is something that you have experienced in the past before and still without coming to the right conclusion as to what really happened, then chances are you will feel very broken and your self-esteem will really take a huge dive. You can easily spend hours and days wondering what you did wrong. You simply turn up clueless because after all, what you're living on is the idea that everything seemed wonderful in the beginning and then there was so much chemistry. Well, it's important to note that just because a man wants you sexually in the moment does not mean that he wants you again. It may even leave you wondering why some women get guys to fall in love with them after just one night. Or how can some females have sex on the first date only to have the guy calling her again only moments after he has left her? So sure, you're going to do what everybody else does, and you're going to convince yourself that this other woman is prettier or she's better in bed, but none of this is ever the real reason. If you keep telling yourself those things, you will never make the effort to learn the real truth. In order to attract and keep a man wanting you, then you must be able to build good rapport as quickly as possible. And that's what the girl who gets the guy does. The girl who gets the guy to call her moments after he has left her has the know-how to get that guy to feel well received and appreciated. She knows how to make him feel wonderful, that he can't resist her. Sadly, the average woman does not think beyond the initial sexual attraction. But in order to fully seduce a man, in order to get him to feel that intensity of connection with you, you've got to go beyond that sexual feeling. And what's funny is that as you go beyond the sexual feeling and you tackle or connect with him on multiple layers, what you will find is that the sexual feeling intensifies. So it's a combination of this sexual attraction along with connecting with him mentally, spiritually, connecting where it matters most. And because every guy is entirely different, every guy is going to require a different set of tools or a different set of motivational keys to trigger that I can't resist her feeling inside of him. So the more you're able to make him feel really good outside of the sex, the stronger his connection will be to you. And you are going to provide for him what he needs, not just what he wants. So when you focus exclusively on the sexual part alone, I have to ask the question, what makes you any different from the girl down the road? What makes you any more sexually attractive than the person at his office? You understand? So the sexual connection is just one part of the equation to get him to want and keep wanting you. You've got to be able to take it to the next level. Another terrible mistake that women often make when they want to keep the guy hooked is that they overextend themselves and give into his every need. Actually, overextending yourself will create the opposite result, in which case he could lose interest in you altogether. So it's really necessary to maintain the right balance of sexual attraction and the balance of triggering him in a way that he begins to feel a need for you. You've got to be able to put yourself in his life in a way where he needs your presence. And by that, I'm not talking about washing his clothes and ironing for him and calling. He doesn't need a mother. What he needs is a connection, a rapport, a feeling of a completion with the person that he's connecting with. And every guy is different. So every guy's needs will be entirely different. So to get a man attracted to and to keep wanting you, you have to be willing to do what most women aren't. Get to know him. Allow him to take center stage. Allow him to be his best self around you. Most women are too busy showing off. They're too busy expressing their wants and their needs to take time out to get to know what he wants and his needs may be. Because everyone is so very different, I show you in the Secrets of Magnetism program how to create instant rapport based on each unique individual. I share with you how to switch on a man's hot button to achieve deeper connection that's irresistible and hard for him to say no to you. The average man is passionate about something beyond sex. Every man is. And it's your job to figure out what that is. Have you ever noticed how driven and passionate men become about whatever goals or pursuits they're after? There's a different sort of passion men have that women don't often have. Women are more calm and silent, whereas the man is often raging like a bull towards whatever it is that he is moved or triggered by. By nature, men are hunters. And the greatest joy in a man's life is the pursuit of a goal, an object, or whatever that may be. And so the sooner you come to understand what that passion is, the more you can at least set the stage where you are able to be an instrument towards that passion. And so the girl who gets the guy to call again and again is the girl who is alluring. Yes, that is the first step. You become alluring. You know exactly what it takes to trigger his hot button, to get him excited and moved by you visually and sexually and all of this. But then the next state is to tap into his passion, tap into what it is that is driving him. And the sooner you do, the more you will find yourself taking a journey to the deeper inner part of his being, because that's where his entire being exists. That's where his daily thoughts are. That's where his joy is, his excitement is. And this is where you get to trigger and keep him excited, because now you're linking him on that deeper level. If you want to have a genuine edge in attracting men and keeping them wanting you, please sign up for the free audio program. What I'd like you to do is to listen to the story of one woman who had a very hypnotic effect on the men around her and learn what she did.